Here we are again, markets digesting politics. The question is whether the no vote in the Italian referendum is a political earthquake for that country and for Europe. The starting point this morning has been negative. You've seen that buyers come up on futures, and as we open up for the trading session, you've got a little bit of red marching onto the charts, but some green sticking here as well, and that's giving us actually a positive starting position. Although you can see we're quickly faded now. The stock strip 600 trying to get an early take on what's happened in Italy late last night, and you can see we're just still holding below the flat line now with this negative bias. Some of the markets, the core markets, have been minimising their losses early on coming up to the start, but Italy has been showing a weak start. So let's just delve into the sectors that are selling off front and centre, the banks. And you can see if you look at the basket, it's the Italian bank names that are seeing the biggest selling pressure. Some are down about 4 to 5%, and the overall sector is down 0.7%, taking with it, though, most of the European banking names. Oil and gas trading weaker. It was a very strong week for oil and gas on the back of the OPEC production cut last week. So you are seeing a setback for the sector this morning. Construction, autos, some of the other cyclical sectors are also pulling back this morning. Insurance down about 1/4%. But we've got some green on the charts. If you look at it by sector, real estate turning positive, financial stronger, retail's bounced about 1/3%. You've got food and drink positive right towards the top, though. Travel and leisure 0.5% higher, with some of the budget carriers are doing particularly well at the start, and basic resources out in front 1.7% higher. Glencore, BHP Billiton, and Antofagasta, Rio Tinto, some of the top performers there. So despite what is a downbeat start, you actually do have a number of sectors trading positive. Let's look at how it's playing out across the individual indices. And you can see, of course, it's the mid we're watching closely, still warming up for the session, and it's quickly dropped 350 points or 2%. The rest of them, though, we've got the DAX open for trade. Minimal losses, you've got to say, just a slight retreat, 210 south. You're seeing a little bit more on the other markets, though. The IBEX in Spain down 1%. We're off about 6/10 on the French market, 4/10 down on the FTSE, still holding 6,700 points. But this is the early starting position. I'm not sure if that's open. There we go. We just opened up for the Zurich market, and it's a slightly positive print is what we're seeing. Let's delve into what we're seeing across on the Italian market specifically as we lose this 350 points, 16,738. It does not surprise me. I mentioned the trading range that we've had. 17,000 was the point that we opened up for trade, a little bit above that. The low point really has been about 16,100, but the more recent trading range low point has been about 16,500. So we haven't traded right down to that level yet. And I think there's a fair amount of uncertainty about whether the worst case scenario is still going to play out or whether there's going to be a solution. Those that we've spoken to this morning think that there will be a solution for Italy in coming days that won't get us to the worst case scenario. But of course, all eyes on the recapitalisation of the banking sector, in particular BMPS, with a key meeting to be held this morning.